what has COVID-19 revealed within the banking community that we wouldn't have seen, or the banking community wouldn't have seen had it not happened?
Well, one thing for sure was the what I'll call the fake digital players versus the real digital players. A lot of organizations gave the impression that they really knew what the consumer wanted and were delivering it digitally. But the reality is, while they maybe had a mobile app, the mobile app was clunky. If you ever have applied for a loan with Rocket Mortgage or tried to apply for a credit card from Amex, Amex is a
Very
great
different
Oh,
process. Yep.
Amex, for instance, says, here, give us your social security number and your mobile phone number and your name. That's all we need. They'll get back to me within 3 minutes, tell me if I'm approved or not for American Express card. Now, how do they do that? Well, they take your name, your social security number to run a credit bureau to get all the other information they need to fill in all the forms that most organizations make me fill in. Why do they take my cell number? Because they know I'm going to respond quicker to a text than waiting for an email. A text rattles my phone. An email doesn't. So what's happened is we have found out the gap of those organizations, the gap of learning, the gap of technology, and also I think financial institutions have figured out that even the gap in the way you do work. We have a financial institution in the Northeast in Maine that is a very big organization, have a very big call center. Well, in a matter of 24 hours, they had to go local. They had to go to their home base to do the call center operations. Well, TD Bank, which is the name of the bank, found that this is working pretty well. So going back, very much like Twitter and some other firms, they're going to give the employee the option. Do you want to come in or do you want to work from home? It doesn't make any difference for us. For them, the technology was already in place to be able to monitor calls, to know how long the calls are, who they were with. So the organizations that were prepared for a digital future were in the best position. And I think also, not just the banks, but the companies that serve banks. So while the banking industry was upended, so were all the companies that serve the banking industry. So again, a matter of 24 hours, salesmen were taken off the streets, events were canceled, and organizations had to say, how do I reach out to my customer base and show them I'm active? They're not seeing our salespeople. They may see them on a Zoom call, but it's going to take a while to figure out what that's all about. So what happened is they reached out to firms like myself to say, we need content. What can you give us to show them that we're going to continually be on their side? How can we educate our customers about what they should be doing in this thing? Because most financial institutions were completely, as everybody was, uncharted territory. Now, what's going to be interesting, the banking industry, do I need a 45-story bank building anymore when 2/3 of my employees could very easily work at home? This has been a revelation that says, we were always worried about the trust factor about working from home. Are they going to do their daily work? Well, I think they've seen, where it's worked, where it hasn't, where collaboration is still possible, where it isn't, where innovation can move forward without having people around a boardroom table. And in fact, I've been in the boardroom side. We sometimes would invite everybody possibly could for a meeting, despite the fact that many people didn't have to be there. What's happened is Zoom calls quickly weed themselves out. If people aren't feeling like they need to participate, all of a sudden we see the picture come up, the static picture, and we go, okay, they've either gone to the bathroom or they've completely left the meeting, but they're certainly not participating anymore. And so we're learning about people, we're learning about business, and we're learning about digitalization.